okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Wednesday, Wednesday. Small project Wednesday. We're going to work on some JPL. We worked on a little bit before. I pulled off some chunks that I needed, so I need to make 2 more in these sizes, and then 2 more, or 1 more about that size. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. I do want to thank everybody for dropping in, seeing what's going on, checking us out. Hopefully everything's going to go great tonight. Don't forget to give those thumbs up, likes, all that good stuff. Find us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I am only on 1 camera tonight. I don't know if I hit a cord or something. I was trying to get my cameras going, and they were giving me problems. I know, I lost the one, but we also got new internet service provider today. So that kind of... we had some rearranging over there, so I'm wondering if I hit some cords. I need to double check. I was trying to double check, and I'm not sure exactly what my problem is right now over there, but we do have the new internet, and I got the cable guy that came today, or I guess he's not the cable guy, he's the Google guy. Alright, let me make sure I know where I'm at here, make sure I get the right placements. Hooked me up, and he's a great guy. I probably gave him a little much because it was like, well, I know it's on the side of the house here and probably on normal people's. You're going to go right into the house right here and then not have a problem. And I was like, well, I want to run it down in the basement. That's where I need to be hardwired. So that probably sucked for him, but he got it all hooked up and it's definitely a lot faster, so hopefully we won't have any more internet streaming issues. That was the whole idea behind doing all this, which has become a whole ordeal in itself with everything I have to change. But we're hoping for the best. And so far so good. I got to finish up tonight getting all my emails changed over because the 2 email addresses that I used were with our old service provider, and I'm sure I'm going to lose those once we cancel our service. So I was like, yeah, a lot of changing. I've been using those for, like I said before, about 16, 17 years now, so it's been a while. Get on through there. You know you want to. Alright, pull you back out, start back over. Yeah, I probably just don't have it far enough open. I'm sure that was the problem. But yeah, so we got that all hooked up, did some speed tests, and I was like, holy moly. Speeds are unbelievable. I don't have anything to upload yet, which really kind of sucks. I'm done with all the band stuff mostly for the year, so... oh, I'm adding to the wrong one. I guess it doesn't matter. I actually need a little extra on each of these. This is a side project I'm working on. I'm just going to go ahead and put that one over there, get back on this one. Side project I'm working on. I don't want to show it, talk about it too much. It's for another group that I'm part of. I just need to make up some strings of these. So I was like, well, I was going to do another project tonight, but with the internet changing over and everything, I was still working on stuff. I was running late on that, and I wanted to... make sure it was going to work properly. I didn't want to start something, a new one, and let's see here. Alright, right here. Start something and then the internet give me a problem, with it being new, but so far so good, though. I mean, you never realize how many items you have hooked up to your freaking internet, man. Till you change up your router system and all that, because, oh, doggy, I tell you, every time you turn around, it's like, oh, this is not connected, that's not connected. And I mean, here we've got two PlayStation 4s, a PlayStation 5, not counting, then TVs, and then Hulu boxes, or Roku boxes, and Android boxes, and phones, and it was like, holy macaroni, man. Never really, I mean, I knew we had a lot, and that was one reason why I didn't want to switch, because I knew it was going to take a while, but it bit the bullet. So far, I'm liking it. Glad the installer was good with me, having him move everything around, and kind of, I'm sure it's probably a much longer job than his normal jobs, but I do thank him for putting it in the way he did. I needed to be hardwired down here for doing my streams and all the uploading and downloading I do with all the band stuff. I needed to be hardwired down here, so. But so far, I don't know. I need to chat with the wife. She hadn't had much time on it yet. Thought I screwed up something there. Why? There it goes. And see how hers is going. The son, he tried out, tested out his system, and he said it's not tremendously better for him through the wireless, but he did say it is better, so. Especially his upload, and that was always the issue, was our upload. When you're capped at, our download was 300, which wasn't bad. I could deal with that, but our upload was... Oh, I screwed up something here. Let's see what I did here. Yeah, got a ring screwed up in there. Have to pop a couple out real quick. Why are you not going the right way here? There we go. Flip over. Probably out of view there, but... let's see here. You should be there, and that was the issue, I believe. I believe that's right. So yeah, when I tested, before we unplugged everything, and I was getting about 250 on my my download on, why does it keep doing that? I don't know what I'm doing so weirdly here, but I did have that other one in the wrong way. I tested, and I ended up with the 250-ish on my download, and again about 6 on my upload. They got done, did a quick test, and my download went up to 800 and some odd, crazy. And then my download was that, and my upload was exactly the same. It was like, okay, I can hang. So now I need to get some video done of something so I can do a test upload. I think I might try the banquet. I didn't do a banquet thing yet. I don't always do it for the kids and put it on YouTube, but alright, now let's see here. What am I doing so weirdly here that's not working right? If I go through those, alright. This guy, I don't know why. That'll be there. Alright, that one's right. But yeah, I want to test it and get it. I'm sure it's going to be a lot faster. It'll be nice to have later on, I'm sure. I'll be happy once band season gets around again and having to upload all the stuff again. And, it's going to help with the website too, with the backups of my own website, and then, like I said, I run the band parents website for them, so I'll have that, and I do backups on those quite often too, so I should see a speed up in my backups on that, but uploading stuff should be definitely a ton faster, and that's going to be awesome. And so far tonight, everything is looking great. Now, I've had a few zero nights with my old internet service provider, but I'm seeing everywhere zeros, not even a frame rate drop in my recording, which very seldom happens, but even when I first start that out. So I think everything's just a little bit better. Hopefully the things here, I probably will rewatch this stream tonight, just so I can see if it feels better that way. And go from there, but yeah. So far I've been pretty happy with it. Hopefully the wife's internet issues. She has minor weird issues sometimes, but hopefully that'll work itself out now too, so. If it does, I'll be happy. I'll be glad I finally bit the bullet. It's about like everything else. It was like when, before we bought our house, we lived in townhouses for about 10 years, and we had dial-up at that point in time. We used AT&T dial-up, you know. if you're old enough to know dial-up. And so when we moved here, we were going to continue with it. Cable had been out for a while, cable modems, and we were like, okay, let's just go ahead and do it. So, because actually at the time AT&T was being all kinds of crazy. It's like, we were with you for how long, and now just moving addresses, you want to put all these extra things onto us and stuff. It was like, no, if we're going to do that, might as well change. So we changed, and so for 17 years we were with Time Warner, Spectrum, Cablevision. I don't even remember all the incarnations of it through the years. And they pumped up the speeds through the years, but it was just becoming more and more annoying. We had them for cable and phone, and the big thing was we got them all three together, but then we dropped cable, we dropped phone, and so it was like, well, what's the point now if their internet's not going to get us any faster? So we have become newer technology people now today. Yay. Yeah, I'm a little goofy today. I don't know, didn't sleep worth crap last night, really. Well, and it started off, when I first set up, we were supposed to have the install today. I know I'm talking a lot about internet today, but the install was supposed to happen at 11 o'clock today. That's what I first set up. When you go into Google Fiber and you're setting it up, and one of the first things they ask you, when do you want to set up your appointment? Okay, so I said, last week, I wanted to do it Wednesday, today, 11 o'clock. The next day, after I did that, they were out here and hooked it up to the house, then I just had to have the guy come and hook it up the rest of the way to the inside of the house. And so 11 o'clock rolls around today, and I always hear that they're right on time or early. And 11 o'clock rolls around, and they're not here, and I'm like, okay. About 11:30 rolls around, and I'm like, okay, I need to go figure out what's going on. Because I couldn't find out anything in my account on when I had a time set up. And there was no place for it or anything. So I get on there, and I use their live chat, which actually was pretty quick and nice. Come to find out, for some reason, I didn't have an appointment set up. I'm like, that's one of the first things you have to set up. That's one of the first questions they ask. What day do you want to do it on? And I said, I had it today for 11. He goes, well, no, we don't have any for anything. So he looked, and he's like, well, we can set you up for 3 today. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'll take it. If I kind of want to get it done today. I mean, I can do it at any point in time, but... So I was like, well, that's kind of a little bit of a dinger, but, yeah, when you've dealt with the other for so long, that's become natural. Because if I would have had to call, Spectrum for their, for any kind of service, there's no way I'd get same day thing set up, and for some reason they don't have it in the system, and they just reschedule it for another week away or so. So I was like, yeah, 3 o'clock, okay, cool. And I don't know, it's probably about an hour after that, got a call from Google, and they were like, yeah, our installer's running a little bit ahead of time, and want to know if he can show up early. And at that point, it was like, okay, yeah, sure. So he showed up like an hour and a half early, before 3, it was like 1:30. And so, I mean, it was like, well, that's cool. That was nice. So... Still got a lot of things going on, though. I do. Friday, I got another call today. Got Friday, my new CO2 laser will be coming and getting dropped off. freight company was calling today to make sure I would be here and available for drop off for it. So, oh God, Friday. Okay, we should be okay rain wise. Crap, I started wondering, is it gonna be rainy? I think it's supposed to rain Friday night into Saturday, so that'll give me time to get it uncrated and get it inside before any rain comes. But I mean, it's a big hefty unit. I think the packing weight was 300 pounds, so it's a pretty big unit. So I got that going on Friday that I need to prepare in here for. So it's just after I got done with all the band stuff last week, which was literally just last week, finished up last Wednesday, I still had more band stuff going on up till Sunday. So, but anyway, I thought about maybe I should go take the camper out and go just take the weekend and camp. And then I had all the band stuff, and so I knew it wasn't going to be then, but now it's like, I got this going on, I got that going on, I got the laser, new internets, and like the changing of the emails, and that wasn't an easy task, and I'm nowhere near done, and I know I'm going to forget somebody. There's going to be a time where I need to log into somewhere going, oh crap, I need in there, I don't remember my password, I'm not going to be able, it'll be a headache trying to get that situated. So it's like I said, it's not ending. I still got to get this camera figured out stuff. I got this other movement I need to do to get this new laser to put in. Well, but that's going to make not so much on the chainmail side, because the fiber laser does the tags and whatnot from the chainmail side of things. But when it comes to doing my cutting boards and stuff like that I do, it's going to make a huge difference. Huge difference. Triple the cutting space, double the power. Really, it's almost two and a third more power in all reality. And I can finally use a good light burn for it. I'm so ready to be done with the older programs that I had to use with my old laser that just had its own deficiencies that you could get by, but it just made things harder. On this, it's got a nice, these bigger ones have pass through, so you can do much bigger pieces, and so that's going to keep me busy as soon as I get that too, because I want to play with it and try it and do this and do that. So we might actually have one night again here soon that we might just end up doing a laser night, just to show off the new thing and whatnot. So we've done it before, so we'll see how it goes. But like I said, we're just trying to get back into a normal rotation of things. I'm going to pick this up and look at it real quick. This one I wish I had the other camera so you could see what I'm actually doing and looking, just making sure I've got everything in the right order. Make sure I didn't twist it somewhere and all that. George, stay in on me. But yeah, I'm just going to keep building on this. Like I said, I'll eventually pull it apart. It's just easier to continue instead of starting a new chain. So So I'm about close to having that, and then, like I said, I'll need two pieces about this long. So I could probably go ahead and pull this part out, but I'm just going to keep going. I'll just be easier that way. I did put it down. That's where I'm going to have to check again. Whenever I put it down is always the bigger issue that I have. Picking it back up and making sure I'm at the right spot. Oh. But it feels good to have most of that done. And I will say another thing. I keep going back to the internet. The new modem, or the router wireless function of this Google thing, they're so much smaller than the old ones I had, but they seem to cover the house so much better too. The strength of them is just so much better. It was like, alright, let's see here. I'm going to pick this up, make sure I get back in the right orientation here. Under, if I grab you, no, that's there. So we need to grab you two, right? No. Yeah, we got you on the wrong side somehow already. That's what I hate about putting down JPL. I gotta pick it back up. I always have to take a quick second, just because I want to make sure I'm going to be doing it right. Alright, so that one right there should be correct. under. Okay. For some reason, I always want to start it on a third of a flip from here, and when you do that, you're basically just reversing the way JPL runs, and so it'd be fine, but right here is where the break would be of where I flipped over. And I've done that many, many times, so when I put it down for any length of time and not paying attention, I always almost triple check sometimes like I didn't when I first started, and that's why I had that screw up right off the bat. I had to kind of go back and fix it because I got doofusy for a moment. Make sure you stay on the back side. I'll probably get a couple more in, then double check just to make sure, because sometimes I think I'm right, and then when I get a couple more into it, I'm wrong. So, should be good though. So what else? I mean, that's tomorrow. Well, I did find out the son, he got some kind of good news, I guess, today. He's got one more test out, and it will come back. Hopefully, I don't know. He didn't tell me how long it was going to take to get back. But if this comes back, they've got the autoimmune disease, the good pastures, knocked back down, which means they can take out the ports they've now got built into his body and can go back to normal things, and will get taken off of rejection protocols. So that would be a good thing. So we'll see how that goes. We're hoping for the best and praying for the best. It'd be good to get that when it isn't just a weird little thing, you know. He'd did a couple rounds of the chemo stuff to knock it over, and it's still, the kidney is still producing, so that's what we need. I will say also one thing now with my laptop when I'm viewing my own, I might still see a little hiccup, but I think that's the internet is not having the hiccup fest that it normally has on my laptop. I just think I'm getting better connection on my laptop now. I still got to hook up the other laptop though. Well, that one I don't really hook up online anyway. It doesn't need to unless I'm doing an update, but it's hooked up to the laser, so that's pretty much all it does. It gets a USB drive thrown in it from graphics that I create on the desktop, so it really doesn't need to be online too much. I did forget my tablet over there. Oh, touchpad. I got in on that deal years ago with the HP touchpads, and yeah, it was a good little thing while they kept it updated. It's not updated anymore, but it still does what I need it to do, so I play some music through it. I normally use it as more of a stopwatch timer, kind of extra big for that, but I do also have it side-loaded with Android, so I can do Android stuff on it too, so that kind of makes it a little nice in a way, but I'm never been a big tablet fan per se. I just got it. I was getting one for the wife. That crazy deal. I did wait. It took me like 6-7 hours that day when they had that crazy sale, and I got 2 of them. Took like another 6 months to actually finally get them. And she enjoyed hers. My wife did. She used it all the time. And finally her battery kicked the bucket in it, and I wasn't sure how to replace it and all that. And so I got her a Android tablet, and she just hated it. Now that was before she actually had an Android phone though too. We're always a little bit behind on everything, trust me. We were still using flip phones well after smartphones were out there, so she actually got the Android tablet before the phone. I think she might actually like the Android tablet a little more now, but she does everything on her phone. I mean, yeah, she's become the phone user for everything she pretty much does. She's got a desktop, and she can use the laptop on a very seldom occasions, does she, because everything she can pretty much do on her phone. So I'm the opposite. I absolutely hate using my phone. If at all possible, I will get away from using my phone, but very few apps on there, other than I had to put on another freaking app today because of this. I miss the old days where you could log into your routers by IP address to record. make your changes. Now you can't hardly do any of the changes you used to be able to do. That's one thing I do miss. And I guess that's just the old school me. I think in a way though, I'll put it in relations if you're a chain mailer and you use the new Ringlord website. It might be good for some, but for another group of people, they're going to hate it. I absolutely hate the new website, and I don't like having to use all these apps for a freaking router anymore. And I can't go into the backside of it and set up individual things. Everything's so automated now, and I kind of miss not having that. And with TRL, so many things are still missing. I gotta call them tomorrow. I need some tags that I can't find, and I've been looking through my old paperwork trying to find the exact code that I can put in, and maybe I can search it that way and get it ordered, but probably going to end up having to call them. That's something else I got to do. We might have a busy night, busy couple more days, really, to be honest with you. We'll be streaming again tomorrow night. So yeah, if you're joining us and you're flipping through and you're finding this now and listening to this, don't forget to find us on those, but we stream on Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. I didn't say that at the beginning of the stream again tonight. I almost need to make a little chart that I kind of read from in a way, just so I remember bullet points, because I forget them. I'll be like, hey, welcome back, let's get mail. I do that often. Let's just get right on into mailing. I'll forget to do this or that, talk about this or that. Well, I wonder, let me see if I can change that real quick. Come on, Mousy, wake up. Uh-oh, is it going to feed back, though? I guess the laptop still is acting a little funky. But I need to actually sit some more time with this thing. I haven't really done much with it since I got it, because it was more... I was using one... Oops, I dropped it. Alright, so hopefully it didn't do it. Hopefully, let's see. I was going to set it up for the laser when I first got it. But my old one actually got working better on the laser, so this one kind of became the default for... I was going to stream from it, but it didn't really want to do the streaming very well, so I ended up plugging everything into the desktop, so this kind of became a viewer, just more of a player. It's the one I'll take with me if I want to go camping or something easier, lighter. But I haven't really got into it. It runs Windows 10, and that's the only thing I haven't run in Windows 10. It wants to update to 11 already. And, I still don't even use it enough to figure out 10. Because I still use 7 on most everything. I just like how it runs. I have played with 10 through the last couple years. I've side-loaded it on my desktop a couple times. It was just... I ended up taking it off just because it was so annoying trying to figure out everything, where everything was, what they've hidden, what you can't do anymore. It's kind of like the router thing. They make it more user-friendly if you don't want to know that stuff and just use it. I want to know how to not manipulate it, but make it more efficient and do what I need it to do, not just random what it thinks I want to do. It's like auto-fill-in, That's not what I want. Or... I've noticed now, my freaking phone and autocorrect. One thing that drove me nuts is some of the letters so close together, I got bigger fingers, sometimes I'll push the wrong letter. So I've misspelled some words so often wrong, like for, F-O-R. I put in F-I-R, so it comes out fur. And I've typed it now so many times wrong, autocorrect now changes when I spell it correctly to the incorrect version that I have misspelled it so many times before. And so I keep telling it to, no, this is correct, F-O-R, and it still has yet to relearn that. And it's done that to me now on like 7 words. Good is goid. O and I, over there on my phone, O and I give me a problem. It's the outside letters for the most part. AS give me sometimes a problem. OI, M and N, K and L, all those basically on that side of the keyboard on my phone. Maybe it's a calibration issue or something, but yeah, now autocorrect wants to correctly spelled words wrong. That's hard to kind of say and process thoughts. I don't know, just one of those weird things I noticed the other day, because I kept trying to send something to my daughter, and everything was, when I was typing for it, kept putting in fur. And I was like, I slowed down. I was like, okay, I looked at it, I was like, it's spelled correctly. But as soon as I would push space, it would change. And I realized in the autocorrect bar, it was wanting to change it for me, and so I had to keep going back and saying, no, FOR is correct, check. So I think, you know, sometimes the smarter we get, the dumber we get, I swear. It's idiocracy coming to life. It's kind of like the weather, you know. In all honesty, the weather, I think, was more accurately done years ago when they only had like half the information they have today. Nowadays, they have so much information and so many different weather models. They've got the European model, and I'm trying to remember all the different models they use now. It's like, well, this model's calling for this model's calling for that. We're trying to guess. Yeah, all three models are, you know, not totally way different, but they are different, you know. It's like now you just have too much information. It's too much. Back when you kind of had one or maybe two and you kind of guessed in the middle, you were more accurate than trying to, you know, get more accurate. Smartphones making us dumber. You know, when I was a kid growing up, I used to have phone numbers in my head left. I mean, it's like, you want to call Bill? No problem. You call John? No problem. Grandma? No problem. Nowadays, it's like, you know so-and-so's phone number? It's in my phone, I think. You know, I couldn't, you know, my own house phone number, you know, for the longest time. It took me, we've had the same phone number now for, what, 15, 16 years? And I finally got it learned about 5 years ago. Because I heard, you know, I never call myself. And if I call the house phone from my cell phone, it's just home, and that's where it calls, you know. I don't have to push in numbers, so phone numbers anymore, I just don't know them. I've become dumb to phone numbers. The only phone number that's still stuck in my head, and I think the phone number is now actually changed. I'm not sure because I haven't ordered Pizza Hut pizza in so long on the phone because it's been online or just stopping in. But they used to be 648-8888, 648-8888, 648-8888 for Pizza Hut delivery. So I mean, that one I'll remember forever. And like I said, I don't even know if that's the same phone number. Growing up back then, we didn't have, even though Kansas City, Missouri is separate from Kansas City, Kansas, and the general population there, you used to be able to just dial a number. You didn't have to use an area code by just calling over to Kansas, with it in Kansas City, Kansas, Lenexa, Kansas, all that. And then it was the late 90s, all of a sudden you had to start using the area code for over in Kansas, so that got a little weird, and I think that's when their numbers got all weird, and I don't know what ever happened, because after that point, I didn't really order a whole lot of pizza, because I had kids. Young kids, it was like, yeah, I don't get pizza. Baby food and all that, you know. Didn't have the baby formula problem that I guess we're having now. I don't notice it. I hear about it, but you know, I don't have kids that are. My grandkids, I think, are all out of baby formula stages anyway. The other one's, you know, she's 1 now, so I think she's into eating normal foods. So, but you know, everything went to no more pizza, baby foods, baby stuff. Then you know they got into school, so it was like, yeah, back to the school stuff, clothes. Yeah, once you have kids, you don't have as much disposable income for yourself. That is for sure. Wouldn't trade it for the world, though. I love my kids all dead to death. Where are we at here? Just a half hour, I think? A little over, so that's guessed about right. I'm going to put this down, lay those other two up against this here in just a second. I do think I figured out which cameras I want to go where, if I can get them to properly work now. That's what I was trying to get set up. Pre-cameras, I should say, because I do plan on making one more change after I get done doing the inlay. Before we start on the next inlay, I'm going to get the camera switched for that, but until that one's done, I'm going to currently use the camera I've got. and then we'll make some changes. I'm looking at some other webcams still because I do want to try something a little different. I need to make up a design in so I can do some 3D prints to do some mounts. So that's another thing I need to do. Like I said, it just keeps adding up. Now that we've got the new mower, I need to mow again already. At least it should be quicker this time. And can get more caught up on that and keep it ahead because we've got so much rain coming, it looks like. Saturday, then Sunday off, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday rain. At least that's the forecast. We'll see what happens. That is if we don't get rain tonight. Oh, summer is just beginning and it hasn't slowed down. I need a vacation break. Like I said, I just want to go camping for a few days. I'd take some chainmail, camp out a fire, and just sit there and hang out. Yeah, I mean, I'd take the laptop and kind of have some movies going, but it'd be nice just to be able to hang out and, you know. At campgrounds, I always used to like that as a kid, and I kind of still do. It's kind of fun just kind of hang out and not have to worry about doing too much, but I don't want it to be too hot either, though. Well, we were supposed to have, I think Saturday, we're supposed to drop down to like a high of 48 to 50, and it's like, oh man, that would be, oh, perfect. It's supposed to be rainy, so I'd be stuck inside the camper, which in a way wouldn't be bad, but I just want to be able to hang outside and kick back in my chair and do some chainmail and listen to the wind, birds, and, you know, be near the lake, so I'm probably sure I'm going to hear some boats and yelling, but that's alright. That's part of camping. Tried to go with my kids. They didn't like it all that much. They had somewhat fun. It was just a lot, it was more difficult. And when I grew up, we went, as kids, we pitched our own tents and all that, and mom and dad slept in a pop-up camper. And, you know, that was kind of cool, but we did our own tent thing. Going with all of our kids, trying to set up a tent, and they were so electrified. You know, back in our day, yeah, we had a few electronic things, but they didn't need to be plugged in. Now everything needs to be plugged in. Granted, I would still want some things plugged in too, but let me see here. Man, I'm still running at 0. I mean, I am white on everything up there and totally green on the other, man. This is just, if this can stay like this, I will be so happy I finally decided to change over. I'll regret that I waited so long. Like I said, I've been debating on doing the Google Fiber for a couple of years now. I've had it available for a while. I think it was about 4 years ago when they came through the front yard. They put all the wiring through our front yard, well, on this side of the street, through everybody's front yard on this side of the street. So it was just out there waiting to come, taunting me. Well, yeah, I guess I can thank the Spectrum. They finally did it. They finally put the final nail in their coffin and used them for overall 30 years when it comes to the cable plus. Because we had cable with them for 10 years before we came here. Well, actually more than that, now that I think about it. Because I think we actually used them before we even had the townhouse. So, I mean, we've had them for years and years and years and years. I know, well, when we moved into this place, I did, and this was years ago too, actually. I think it was about the 12-year mark after moving in here. The way I have my bank account set up, I can see how much I've paid any of my payees, and since that one always stayed the same account number and everything through all these years, at that point, I think at the 10-year mark, we had paid them $25,000 at 10 years, 12 years. 12 years for having internet, cable, and phone. $25,000 in 12 years. I was just like, yeah, I mean, it breaks down. It's not that much a month, but jeez. The money that just went. And basically, I would just call this the entertainment budget in a way. I mean, really, internet is more entertainment. You can live, well, I almost want to say you could live without the internet, but I will say, like, even today when the installer was here, he's like, I'm going to need you to put the the app on your phone. And I was like, what if you don't have a smartphone? How will this work? I can't use a computer to it. It was a little confusing to me. Because the more I think about it, it's like, yeah, we went for years. I mean, we had internet, but people were already moving over to. We were using dial up, and most everybody was already over on the cable. What was DSL? Ooh, who remembers DSL? It was the HD of Blu-ray. Yeah, and we just had that, and so when things started, people were like, "Oh, go get this and see this and do that," and it's like, well, we can't do that kind of thing. We're still here, We're lucky to have internet, to be honest with you. There for many years, there was years that we struggled, but we made it through, and you need to try pushing harder. That's all you can do. Make things better for yourself. Hopefully, is my audio coming through? Yeah, okay, it looks fine. I didn't even notice that at first. That was one thing I did not look at tonight, because I have had some issues with my USB plug-in for my mic lately. Also, I know we had one stream that was bad, and one night I caught it before we streamed, but tonight I totally forgot to look. I was so busy trying to get these cameras going. I was ready to get the other one, because we'll be going back to the hat dance here soon, too, because I found my old pile of hats that I've been looking for forever. I haven't necessarily been searching them out, but I knew I had them somewhere. Couldn't figure out where I put them. All these hats are like 10, 12 years plus old. The youngest one is that old. I think the oldest one is probably 20. Got a couple more Chiefs hats in there that I've worn through the years, so we're going to pull those out, dust them off, give them a quick showing in my hat dance. I don't even know how many I'm up to now. I was making a list, and then I lost the list, so I made another list, and subsequently went and lost that list. I go cleaning up on occasion, because I'm a Post-it note junkie. I have Post-it notes everywhere, and so I'll write little things on it to remind myself. And most times I'll finish them off. I'll throw them away when I finish them off. Some things kind of linger, and then I come back to them later going, what was this for? What did I write these numbers for? What was this dimension for? What was, whatever it was. And, and so they got to the wayside, and I know I would have known what they were for and why I would toss them. I wasn't sure, because maybe I thought I was going to go a different direction. I don't remember. Some nights I have those weird nights. I just don't know. But I have been a little oddly, weirdly giddy. Like I said, it's been one of those days where I needed a nap, but I just was never having that damn time. Not enough time anytime to take a nap. So I'm ready, but getting that funny goofy. I'll probably end up trying to go to bed early night, but I'm afraid to do that, because then I'll wake up at like 3 and want to be up till 7. Put me in a weird schedule again. If I can just kick it and try to stay up, if I can find something that'll keep me up, get off the computer. I've just had to do so much computer work. That just drains me, it seems like, the more I do on the computer. At least I'm not as bad as one of my racing teammates, I guess. It was 2 Sundays ago. I race a team race every Sunday night. It's about the only time I really get a race anymore. I used to race a little more often, at least try to get in a daily race once a day, but gotten so busy I haven't been able to, but I always try to make one Sunday race. It's our endurance race. We had a guy, he's on our team from England, and we race Sunday night my time, so I think it's like early morning or something over there. I don't even remember what the crossover was, or super late. And anyway, he was racing one night with us, and we didn't find out till the end of the race after our hour endurance. He's a good racer and nowhere near where he should have been. He was just way behind, and we didn't know what was going on. And come to find out, he kept falling asleep while he was racing and wrecking into the wall. So I normally save my replays from those type of races, and somebody on the team normally always does anyway to share it to the rest of the team. And so we all started going back and watching it. And there were some sometimes on the longer straightaways where he had a little bit of time, I guess he'd just doze off and just straight off track, straight into the wall, no brakes, no turning. He's like, yeah, I just kept passing out, just kind of falling to the side when I started getting on the straight. You know, it's just, you're not turning, you're just pushing on the gas, and you just kind of doze off. I was like, I've had those days, though. I've had those days, so I can't say that much. Now, granted, not while I'm racing a game, luckily while I'm not driving a real car, but I've been at my desk pushing keys and woke up with, 1,000 Z's. Well, or whatever letter. I just said Z's because Z's are Z's, but, M's, H's, just whatever. And it's normally just those quick, 3-minute doze offs. You're just like, oh, what? Okay, type thing. I guess none of that would make sense. You couldn't see my facial features. I'm looking at a camera that's not recording. Oh, boy, I feel like an idiot now. I have done that a couple times, so I keep looking at the camera. So long I got used to not having a camera there and not looking at it. Now, when I first started using it, now I'm used to having it there, and now I'm looking at it, and I'm not using it. I'm backwards. Well, and the other thing, he hasn't come back in yet. My poor Buzzy. When the installer got here, he called before he was coming, so I was trying to move a few things out of the way. And, that kind of, he was a little like, what's going on? But when the installer got here, I met the installer outside and was just kind of telling him, kind of probably a different setup than what you're used to. Want to make sure this is okay, blah, blah, blah. So we were walking around the house. We decided to come in the back door. And he doesn't like it whenever I leave from the side door and come in the back door. If I leave the back door and come in, he's okay. But if I don't leave by the back door, he gets confused. And so when I walked in, he was a little off anyway. And I had the installer guy with me. And so that kind of just freaked him out. And when we started talking about where we're going to run the line and everything, there's a few things I was going to still have to move. So he went outside and started doing his job part out there. And here I was trying to move around. I had my steering wheel with PS in the way. And then my welding cart and stuff. So I had to move that out of the way. And I moved this box and it scraped up against it. It sounded like scraping up against the fence with a stick kind of type thing. And to Buzz, it sounded like his cage when he goes to the vet. And he flipped out. Started running to the door. The installer was outside the door. He's looking at the installer, looking back at me, just losing his mind. I could see it in his eyes. And he ran out to our little garage shed tent thing, and he hid in there. And a couple hours later, I finally got him to come in, kind of give him some loving. I couldn't get him to really eat much or drink anything, but he's ready to go right back outside. He's just so flipped out right now, and I don't know what to do to get him to calm down. It's like, man, come on, bud. You need to drink and eat. You drink so much water a day because you're diabetic. It's insane, and I've hardly seen him drink any water today. I don't want to put the water outside and get him used to drinking it out there so he doesn't want to come in, so I need him to get in. I had him in for about another hour before I started the stream, but I was moving around so much for getting ready for the stream. He was getting a little agitated and wanted to go back in. I was like, I'll give you the stream time, but then you're going to have to come back in, bud. I do not, you need to chill out. There's nothing going on. Yeah, you can just see it in his eyes. I don't know why he got so freaked out. He never likes his cage, and I don't blame him too much because the last 3 times he's actually seen it. One, he went in because he was having problems. Didn't want to go to the vet. Next 2 times, his brother had to go to the vet, and his brother was sick and had to be put down. And so his brother didn't come back from the cage. Then Marvel got sick, and she had to go to the vet. Now, she got better and got to come home, but she didn't come back down here. So to him, it's just another cage, another friend got in a cage and left and didn't come back, So I feel sorry for him. I'm trying to get him to let him know, He's had a few other times where he's kind of done this, and normally by the end of the night, he's kind of chilled back out. So I'm hoping that will happen with him tonight. I'm hoping I had daughter come down a little bit because she's been she gives him some daily loving that he loves. She came down early. That's how I got him in for a little bit, but then he was ready to go out. She'll come back down here after the stream and get him back in here, and hopefully can, I'm hoping, though, once he's in for the night and I close up, I go to bed, everything's kind of chilled, he'll kind of chill back out. And shortly before that, I'll get a soft food. That's going to be the next thing. Can I get soft food and a shot at him? Is he going to allow me to do that tonight? I did have to skip one shot before because he was like, no, I'll eat, but just leave me alone. So he's just gotten more like that the older he's gotten. He was so lovable. I mean, he's still lovable, but he was just outgoing at first. Then, with his major issues through the years, he's kind of pulled back after every major issue. It's like, just come on back, bud. You're fine. Like I said, he doesn't want to go upstairs anymore. I used to have to fight him to not go upstairs. Now I can't even get him to think about really going upstairs too much anymore. And he had an incident up there that just freaked him out and just doesn't want to go back again. So he has these things that he just freaks him out and he doesn't want to do it again. He's just like, nope. I mean, I get it, though. I mean, I'm sure if I had something to freak me out, I'm not going to do it again. For me, roller coasters. Went on a roller coaster. Once was enough for me. And it wasn't even one that flipped you upside down. Oh, there was only one roller coaster I ever went on. There's one that didn't flip you upside down. I went on it multiple times, but it wasn't very high. Wasn't very fast. It was just kind of it wasn't a kiddie roller coaster, but, I mean, compared to what's out there today, yeah. At one point in time, it was an old coaster, so at one point in time, And last I heard, they actually took it down, I want to say 10 years ago probably now, maybe even more. But I did see something probably about 5 years ago that another park bought it. I want to say Indonesia, another country had bought it and rebuilt it out there. And yeah, it looked exactly the same. And it's just weird how they do that with coasters, where they'll take it down from one spot and go build it in another spot. And it's new to them, but old to us. Kind of weird, but where are we at here? We're at 50 minutes and still perfect white everywhere. 0% on everything for droppage. Man, I'm definitely digging it. Hey, I didn't even look up there. Twitch is telling me my stream is excellent. I've never seen excellent. Normally just says good. Even YouTube says excellent. Facebook didn't tell me squat though, but that's good. Good. I'm gonna dig it. I'm going to dig it if it will stay this way. Like I said, next thing will be doing a download, doing a backup of the websites, see how quickly those go, and then getting an upload going. I think is going to be the big thing. Because it would, I do a Friday night game. Time I'm done, it's normally about a 9-minute video that I'm uploading. I think I want to say they're probably roughly about a gig. A little over a gig by the time I'm done, depending on what format I put it into. Depending on if I'm putting it up to YouTube or Facebook for the band. But it normally takes a good hour, if not more, for that 9-minute video. When I do concert season stuff, I mean, sometimes I'm uploading for 2.5 hours of a 20-minute video, So it'll be interesting to see if they really, really fly now. If I'm going from 6 megabytes per second up to 800 megabytes per second upload, that's just going to be, I'm not even sure if I'll be able to comprehend that for a while. So I'm going to have to find something to do tests. I got to find something I can play with and see. Well, I got one. Come on back out of there. 1, you need open more, and 2, heading through the wrong place. So, I haven't put the other one outside this one in a bit. Let me go ahead. So this probably definitely got a lot of curl in it from all the twisting. I'm going to quickly look. I believe, yeah, everything's looking pretty good there, so you get that natural twist when it comes to JPL and rings just you know. So I got that one there. I need this one. It'll take me to about there. I'll move this one. So it's about there. So actually pull all that out, and I'd add maybe another inch to it, and that's what I would need. So then I just need one more piece, basically this long. I probably need to make one, add on to this another 8.5 inches, and then we will be done. That will give us, let's see, we're up to, probably take us up to about 48 inches. So we'll have about 4 feet of JPL by the time I'm done, roughly. Man, it seems so crazy. In my brain, I know where this is going, and I'm thinking 4 feet? Really? I'm going to use 4 feet in this thing I'm doing? Because I'm thinking about it in my head going, and that's a lot for that little spot that I'm really working with this here, but I don't know. You know, in all honesty, though, I might go to another weave. This is just how I kind of pictured it when I thought about it. I'm going to hook this all up to what I'm planning on doing with it. And if it doesn't work, I might have to pull it out. But I can go make bracelets, necklace with it, or something else. I mean, it's JPL. You can always use JPL. Now, it is bronze, but I kind of like the bronze. So, but we are getting close to our time here. We got 5 more minutes. Is there anything else I could really show for the most part? Where did I? Yeah. Oh, I did the installer date. I did happen to have my Chief's end zone inlay laid out, and he thought that was cool. Took a business card, so you know, who knows. Hadn't heard it necessarily chainmail before, so you know, it's one of those things I like to. It's neat to see people that have never really, the people who've never heard or seen of chainmail. It's always amazed by it. People that have heard of it are still amazed by it, and people that do it are still amazed by it. I still get amazed by doing chainmail after all this time. But anyway, I do want to thank you all for joining in. I don't know if I had anybody drop in. I didn't see any posts tonight. Not saying that I didn't have any. I know I miss them on occasion, but hopefully with these new internet, we won't have those problems anymore. And hopefully, well, tomorrow night will be one camera above because we will be working on the Chiefs inlay. But hopefully by next Monday, I'll have these cameras finally situated. Something I will be working over on the weekend. And check us out Monday, working on the wormhole. Working on the wormholes. Getting there. So, again, thank everybody for joining us now. If you're watching this later, I do thank you very much. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, the likes, all the shares, all that good stuff. Get us out there. Let people know that we're active. We're out here doing things. Even if it's just, if you're not into chainmail and just want to hang out and chat, like I said, I'm willing to chat about almost anything. We stick away from a few crazy topics, obviously. But even then, if we can have rational discussions, I'm cool with that too. So, don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So don't forget to check us out. Give the shares, give the like, hit subscribe, follow us. Keep updated on when we do our next streams. Tomorrow night we will again be back working on the Chiefs end zone inlay. Like I said, get some more done on that. Hopefully we'll finish off that C. And if we don't get too crazy, I really want to get that thing finished up here real soon. So hopefully magically one night, maybe I'll just have a night where I can just go to town on it. Who knows? So, but otherwise, we will be back tomorrow night. I hope you all are having a great week already. This week is going to fly by. So check us out again tomorrow night, guys. And y'all have a great night. Peace.